Look over here.
Period. Well. Hola, hola, hola! Y bienvenidos a The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to a special edition of...
Look over here.
Our exclusive companion series where we are talking about the entrance looks from the premiere of Season 4 of Drag Race España. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. And today I am the Coke Zero girly of the podcast.
So am I.
Period! Mine is regular Coke Zero because we bought Cherry Coke and they didn't deliver us Cherry Coke Zero. They delivered us Cherry Coke.
Well,
I don't feel like putting 42 grams of sugar into my body today.
I do.
But what I do feel like talking about is a cup mug that I don't have.
Who has
But
a
David
cup?
does.
Bam.
And you can get your cup mug and all of our other merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below. We do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses. Unless your country is currently under siege or on fire, then there are some excuses.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. We're talking about España, so I had to talk about one of my favorites from last year, and that is, of course, Miss Clover Beach. Yes,
Absolutely.
we all love her.
Clover, come on the pod. We love you.
Yes, please do. Take a break from the rest stop, take a rest, and come visit us.
Which, if you are not checking out the rest stop featuring friends of the pod, Black Boy and Nidupam with Miss Clover Beach, make sure to go check that out because they are doing some gorgeous work over there. Their episodes are so funny because guess what? They're all funny. So go check them out too.
True. And I'm just drinking some water.
Slay.
And Coke Zero.
Well, it's hot. It's been sitting there for a day and a half, so
Well, Julie,
Ew.
probably won't actually drink it.
I hope not, baby.
We need to find a day in which we all just buy a Coke Zero and we're all the Coke Zero girly.
Period.
We have to figure that out. Anyways, hola,
Well, I don't drink Coke, so sorry.
God damn it.
So we'll kick River out for the day. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll do it for global. It's fine. Anyways, hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I had some iced coffee, but I just finished it. So goodbye to that. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. I'm excited to talk about Spain.
And hi, I'm River, your Brazilian correspondent here on The Cup. And I am drinking some delicious grape juice out of my other Madrid mug. Because Spain. I'm excited because it's my first season of Drag Race España. And I was already excited with the promo. This first episode was also very good. And I'm excited to see more. And then go and rewatch seasons 1, 2, 3, and All Stars.
You could if you want to.
Okay.
There's some highlights.
Tell me which ones to skip.
3.
Yes.
No, don't skip 3. Don't skip 3.
I mean,
Don't
don't skip
skip
3 for
3.
Clover.
All Stars.
All Stars.
All Stars. Yeah, All Stars you can skip. Absolutely.
Anyway, so in this episode, we are just going to be talking about the entrance looks from the premiere of España. We're going to be doing 2 other episodes because these bitches decided to do a ball on episode 1. We'll talk more about it later and how annoyed I am with them. So, y'all are getting 3 episodes for this gorgeous premiere. So we've got this episode talking about the entrance looks. We will have our regular episode recap. And we will have a Look Over Here episode specifically for the looks from the ball, where we're doing things a little bit differently. So make sure to check that out when it comes out, because we're doing some different, cute, and wonderful things. But for this video, we're just doing entrances, and we're going to talk about them. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. And that, starting next week, is going to be 4 episodes of Drag Race a week, which means a whole hell of a lot of cup content for you all. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to most of the Look Over Here episodes for the franchises we are currently covering. This is coming out before the recap, so not this one.
I want to put a challenge out there to our España viewers. We're about 100 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers.
That part.
How about we get there before the end of this season? I think we can do it.
I would like that.
I believe.
I believe in the power of España. Again, thankfully, I do. So, without further ado, let's dive into some entrance looks.
Love pink.
Love pink.
Thank you. I hoped someone would get it, and of course it did. Let's dive in. First and foremost, thank you to Drag Looks on Instagram for putting these together so that I didn't have to today because it would have taken a lot of time. So I am very thankful for Drag Looks. But first up, Dita Dubois.
Okay, so let's start with something that is not on this picture, which was the reveal. She had a cover-up, a white cover-up that honestly was just unnecessary because the look is good, is so good that it didn't need that build-up. I would have preferred if she just came out in this because I really like this look. I know we kind of are oversaturated, unfortunately, with the banana and yellow this year, especially. But that's not her fault, and this is still a great look, you know. I always love the Josephine Baker reference every time that it's done, if it's done well, and this is done well, so I like it. The one thing for me though is just I understand that drag is not perfect, but I do always mention the things that I can see, and the things that I could see was the breast pads were showing and a little bit of the undergarments, but hey, other than that, this is a very good entrance look. It looks rich.
Yeah, we've seen this reference done several times before, which is not a bad thing. I will always appreciate when it's done. However, I do think that Dita is kind of in the middle because I think we've seen people do it better and we've seen people just do it way worse. So I appreciate this look. I think this look is cute. I think all of the stoning on it, all of the work on it is really well done. I think like the stoning on the bananas is really smart and really well done. It's just something that we've seen before, unfortunately. So I'm not going to be as high on it as I would normally be, especially because, as River, you've said, just this year we've had a lot of the banana references and yellow references, and we had a lot of queens that have just worn a lot of yellow. So I feel like I still like this look. It's just unfortunate that it's come out around this time, but I still think it's cute. I think it's fun. It's, I think, the best that Dita look this episode, maybe.
I would say it was less effective because of the repetitiveness of this theme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I really like this. I was talking before we started recording, and collectively, this is by far one of my favorite groups of entrance looks I've seen this year, and I've seen a lot. And this was one of the stronger ones for me. I think this was in probably my top 5. I really like all the detail going on. I actually like the reveal because it kind of set our expectations somewhere, and it's like, okay, what's going to be shown? And she showed us something really good. I hate when we have reveals and it's like, oh, that's it. But she had a good reveal because it was something really nice underneath. There's so much detail here. She mentioned being the first Canary Queen to walk through the workroom, not in the tall shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So the platforms, is that what they're called?
Yes.
But
look
at David learning fashion terms every
I guess
day.
so.
Yay, David.
Good job, David.
But yeah, I like that it still feels very Canary, but through a different perspective than we're used to getting from 3 or 4 other queens that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. There is a severe lack of platforms this season. I am missing them. I gotta be honest.
Come on, Drag Lol, where are you?
The way you keep trying to make this happen, and it's not working.
That's gonna be my
time.
drag name. That's gonna
Drag
be my
Lol.
drag name.
Well,
No,
you have
that's
to be in the
David's name.
generic
That's
queen.
David's drag name.
Oh, that's David's drag
Because
name.
it's Drag Lol, living unfortunately in lavish luxury.
That's
And then
Luil.
with his cat living in lavish luxury, yes. You're Luil. Anyway, about Dita. There's a lot about this I like. I love the headpiece. The headpiece is doing everything for me. The banana with the feather, I really love. The wig is gorgeous. The makeup is good. I do agree with you, River. The big downsides I have with this are the fact that you can see some of the undergarments. There's just like a little bit of, it's a polished look. The presentation is not as polished as I would want it to be, unfortunately. But I'm not a drag queen, so who cares about what I say? But that's just my opinion, because I'm here to give it. But I like her. I wish I liked this entrance look a little bit more than I do. Scores.
85.
I also gave it an 85.
Well,
I gave it an 89.
77.
Yeah.
Next up, Porca Theclubkid.
Okay, I love this, but at the same time, I don't get it. Like this was probably my second, this was my second favorite look. Third favorite look for the entrances. But only because I didn't get it. Because if she explained or if it had any meaning behind it, I would like it more. But I still really like it, even though it doesn't make sense to me. It just looks good. You know what I mean? Like it looks good. Velvet is when it's done well, it's just so luxurious, and I love velvet. And this color is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. And then being able to have the wig like the exact same shade, it's so good.
Yeah, it's just normally like velvet doesn't like, I don't like velvet because I don't like the texture of it. It does something sensory for me that like just bothers me. So most of the time when there's a lot of velvet, I tend to not like it that much because it like gives me the heebies. But I really like this. I think it's a really well done. I really like the draping of it. I really like everything about this. I love the crown. I love the face kini of it. I love the fact that she was able to bring a literal torch into the workroom. I think that's great. I think that's fun. I just think this is really what Porca is all about. And she's just showing us like some of her best off the bat. And I really appreciate that. I love the color. I love that you can like the makeup behind the facekini. You can still look at it because most of the time when you wear a facekini, it can tend to cover up the makeup. And sometimes you don't actually like get to look at the actual makeup. I appreciate that I'm still able to like look at it and appreciate it and like it. I think the accessories are great. I think everything about this is great. So it's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I do really like this. I think if there's anything that's going to kind of hinder Porca in my mind throughout the season, it's going to be our Instagram video because I was just so impressed with so many of her looks. And so my expectation is like a good elevation from there. And what we're seeing so far for me is mostly on par or even like slightly below some of the looks that we've seen on her Instagram. But I still really do like this. I really love this color. Yeah, I didn't get it. She said she was the Queen of Liberty, so maybe that's an actual thing for her. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt there. But overall, I thought this was very good, but kind of in the middle for me.
So none of y'all saw that her neck tattoo said Libertad, Liberty. So she came in as Liberty.
I mean, yeah, but
It
when
made
she was
complete
asked
sense to me.
Why
she
you have to
was
say it
dressed
like
that,
that,
she didn't
though?
say
Like if-
anything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I saw the tattoo, but like she was asked what was the meaning of the outfit, and she didn't say anything. Like she said that there wasn't one, kind of, right?
Oh,
When she
weird.
got
'Cause
in, like there, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I got it as soon as I saw her confessional, where like her neck tattoo just says "Libertad," so I understood it. Sorry if that came off condescending. Didn't mean it to, but
It's okay.
not at all.
I don't. I actually think this might be my least favorite look of Porca's this episode, and I still really like it. Like, this is my kind of drag artist. I am on board. I like you, River. I don't know why we're seeing this, but I'm not mad at it. And it's pretty well executed. The only issues I have in the actual garment itself is that the legging is bunching up a little bit in the
I
leg.
like that.
I think that's
I'm not.
Yeah, I thought that was a choice.
I think it's intentional. I don't particularly love it,
Oh, I love
but
it.
otherwise,
Me too.
I'm not mad at it. It's whatever. I like it's fine. Yeah, scores whatever.
With all of that being said, I still love this. It's a 95.
Yeah, I gave it a 90.
I gave it an 88.
86.
See,
There you go.
I just love to say shit, but I still score high because they still do shit that I'm impressed by. So hey,
Right. Next up, Shani LaSanta.
beautiful. She's beautiful.
Beautiful girl.
This is simple but beautiful. The one thing, like, she's wearing a choker, so I don't understand why she couldn't with with the breastplate. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I understand if you're gonna wear something that you're not able to hide it anyway, so like just show it, it's fine, right? Not for not for drag race, but like for drag in real life in general, I don't mind it. I don't care if your breastplate is showing. I don't care. But for a drag race, I do care, honestly. And if there was a way to hide it and she didn't, that's why it bothers me. You know what I mean? Because she could have easily just made it the same height as the choker and then have that hide it. So it bothers me, but the look is fine. You know what I mean? She looks beautiful. It's not exciting in any way, but it's still a beautiful dress, and she looks beautiful. You know, it's just not exciting.
I don't know when we started just being okay with just showing when our breastplate starts and finishes. I don't know when we started being like, oh yeah, this is okay. This is like, no one's gonna think that this looks odd or weird. Because it does. It does look weird. I don't like it or at all. It's also not the color of her skin. I don't like that either. The actual dress itself is boring. I don't care for it that much. It's just not doing it for me. It doesn't work for me. It's just not there. And I think what really brings it out for me is the breastplate. And so if the breastplate was covered correctly, maybe it would be a little bit higher on it. But just with it, it just brings everything down and down, and just like it really bothers me like a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but everything you all are saying about the breastplate, I definitely agree, and it definitely hurt my score. But I'm more with River in that I do think the look itself, it's simple but cute. Like I'm not mad at this as a look itself. I do wish there was a little bit elevation in the makeup. I don't know if I look at this makeup and I see Drag Race ready, but she has lots of room to grow from here. But overall, I thought it was decent.
I'm not gonna beat a dead horse either. What Eduardo said. Scores.
It's a sensible 74.
It's a 60.
I gave it a 70.
56.
All right.
Next up, Angelita la Perversa.
And this is when I hate to go first. Okay. I wish we had. I know it wasn't you, Logan. I wish we had the picture of the pre-reveal look because
Me
I liked
too.
that better. No shade.
Oh.
Because hey, she's a beautiful queen. I like this color combination. I like the green outfit with the red hair. I like that. I like that she used like kind of like the fake leaves, like she on the brows, like that she did that detail, and then the detail of the leaves on the hair. I like that. And I liked the ape look. And yeah.
Okay. I like the reference that this is making. I think Poison Ivy is iconic. And when I see this look, I immediately see what she's going for. I don't think it's executed as well as I wanted it to be. But I do think that like the way that she presented it was really fun. The kind of sexily taking off the suit of like the ape, I think was funny. The problem is I don't see how the ape and the Poison Ivy look connect. Maybe I'm just missing the reference because I haven't watched.
You are.
Yes, there you go. I haven't watched the actual Batman and Robin movie, so I could not say how they're connect. So I thought it was cute the way that she presented it, but like it's not as well executed as I wanted it to be.
Hey, David, want to explain the reference?
Yes, for some context.
Thank you.
And 12-year-old David was obsessed with this movie when it came out. But there is like a big charity gala going on, and Bruce Wayne, everybody is there. Actually, Batman's there. And you have a bunch of people in gorilla costumes at this big charity gala. And then one of the gorillas does a sexy little striptease, and it turns out to be Poison Ivy underneath. So she was like taking that reference and doing an homage to it. And I told my roommate about this because I know that's his favorite Batman movie, which is wild.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that's the best scene of the whole movie." And as somebody
that's a choice of favorite movie.
It is, but I get it. It's a very campy, like child friendly, and he was a kid when it came out, so I get it. But I feel like Angelita's references, she's very much a queen after my own heart because I am such a movie buff. And I know that a lot of her references come from movies. So I'm obsessed with that. And I actually really dug this. And I think it was executed fairly well. I think she looks pretty close to how Poison Ivy looked in the movie. That gorilla costume was spot on. My only thing that I will say, and I know RuPaul would say this, she has very thin lips. And I've noticed she paints just on the actual lip. I really think she could overdraw those lips a bit because they look so tiny in this. But otherwise, this was one of my favorites. And maybe it's just the nostalgia, but I loved it.
I think it's the nostalgia. Because I got the reference for sure. I've seen the movie. I think the entrance was a phenomenal idea. I wish the execution was just a little bit stronger. That's the only thing I will say about it. The gorilla costume was really great. The hair here is honestly true to character, so I'm not that mad at, even if it's a little messy, I'm not mad at it. What really brings the look down for me personally is the makeup and the fact that there's virtually none. I understand painting lighter, being in a club, being like a local queen. Just for camera, I want her to paint a little bit more.
I would say the opposite.
No, but for camera, I want it to be a little bit harsher because it does dull down a lot of the makeup.
Really? I would think in a
Yes.
club you need to be more extreme because you're painting for the back of the
In
room.
a club, it doesn't matter because it's dark and you're just seeing a girl twirl and lip sync. Like, it's not, for me at least, it's not as important.
Okay.
But I just want the makeup to be a little bit stronger. But overall, I do like Angelita and I do like this look. Scores.
I don't like it. It's a 55.
I respect it. It's a 70.
I love it. It's a 90.
73. Next up, Le Coco. Entrance look by Le Coco.
I love this. I love it. I love it. If there's one thing, because hey, it is a little bit simple, but it's extremely effective. It looks expensive. It looks the silhouette is great. Everything is great. So I don't care if it's simple. It's very effective. And it kind of goes with what we know by seeing her Instagram, especially she does. That is kind of like that model and all of that hype, like fashion girl. So it makes sense to me, and I like it. The one thing though for me is I love a hat, but I love a big hat, and I wish the hat was just a little bit bigger, just a little bit. And I would say this is because they had to travel with it, but I wish it was a little bit more well constructed because we could maybe because it's latex or like the shiny fabric that she used, we could see kind of what's happening inside of the hat because of the lighting and all of that. So I just wish it was more well constructed, but this is so good. It reminded me a little bit of Detox All Stars 2, the latex runway, because it's a similar color.
This is
it's
the dress.
same color
This is the dress
combination,
version.
it kind of looks like both looks could be like in the same collection, walking like the same runway, right? I love it.
I think I'm probably gonna be the lowest one on the Coco about this look because I still like it. I think she looks good, but I think I was expecting more from Le Coco. And you said it, River, the hat is not as well constructed as I wanted it to be. I kind of wanted the hat that Taiga was wearing in that one episode in Drag Race Mexico, like this big hat that's kind of stiff and like actually like well made. This one doesn't look as well made, and so it kind of brings it down a little bit for me. It's simple, but it works. I still like it. I just don't think it's super great, but I still think it's good. I think she looks good still, and so she looks great. She looks good. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's very polished, clean, fashionable. It's very signature too. Like you immediately know what she's like. And I really think that's the purpose of an entrance look. Don't show me your best look. I don't need that. Show me who you are. Show me a strong version of what you're like, just to make that statement. And I think she really did that here successfully. The only thing that I'm not crazy about, and it's a trend that I see occasionally, but I don't always like seeing these corsets on the outside. I get that that's part of the it's a choice here, but it's just a choice that I'm not crazy about personally. But otherwise, I really like it.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of the better entrance looks for me. River, I also immediately got Detox on the latex runway of All Stars 2. Very, very similar energies. I like this hat. I think it could have been bigger. I'm not mad at the size of this hat. The only thing I don't love about this look, and I understand that this orange hair and this specific shade of orange seems to be her signature, and I love it, and I'm excited that we're seeing it. I want the wig to match the color of the red latex. That is the only, because honestly, David, don't do that because I have a reason for it. I have a reason for it. It stands out in a negative way, and with the red and the black of the garment she's wearing, it washes her out. Now, I'm not going to say that about some of her looks later, because I think her looks later are really aided by the fact that she's wearing this gorgeous auburn hair, and it's a gorgeous color on her, but with this red, it's just washing her out for me. But otherwise,
Can I rebuttal?
Gorgeous look. Sure.
Yeah, so I disagree.
The retittle.
Yes. I
The
think
the retittle of your rebuttal.
I don't ever want to hold like a natural hair color against any like specific like colors of garments, because if like an actual redhead person wanted to wear red, they should be allowed to wear red, like a red look, and not worry about, oh, my hair isn't the exact same shade. So for her, I also like, in knowing that she goes for a realistic type of hair color, like I don't want her to lose the ability to wear red. I thought it looked good with red, personally.
I don't want her to lose the ability to wear red. I'm just saying in this specific garment, it washes her out. That's all. And I would have liked some continuity, especially because the red in the lip is matching the red in the latex. So I want that continuity. That's all. Scores.
Can I be in the middle? Because it threw me off a little bit, but not enough for me to not like. Like, do I think it would have looked better with a different hair color? Yes. Do I not like it with this one? No. I think
that's where I'm at too.
That's all. That's
where I'm at too.
I think that's fair. Hey. I gave it a 90.
I gave it an 81.
I gave it an 83.
88. Mariana Stars. First off, hi Mariana. Thank you for watching our videos. Te amo.
This my account. Well, I don't share my social media, but I am a Mariana Stars stan account.
Period. I too am a Mariana Stars stan account. Can we be the co-presidents?
Yes, please.
All four of us.
Period. Okay, all four of us. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
And you said, was it you that said, David, that you want an entrance look to tell us like who that drag queen is? Yep. This is exactly what I feel like. This is. I love the look aesthetically, but I also love it because of that. Because one of the things that we saw, at least I saw, with Mariana's entrance, not just her look, but her entrance overall, is that she is too much. She's always going to be doing too much, and that's it. Period. And what about it? And I relate, and I love it. So, and this tells me exactly that. I'm here, I'm too much, I'm loud, you're gonna see me, and you're gonna listen to me, and you're gonna look at me, period.
And you're gonna love me.
This is perfect for me. I love it. I love the hair, I love the headpiece, I love the dress, I love the cape, I love the makeup.
Yeah, this
love
is...
pink.
Love pink, and love Mariana so much. This was so good. It really tells you everything that you need to know about Mariana. She's all about sparkles, glamour, and just glitter and sunshine, and she's gonna be bubbly to the point where like people are gonna be annoyed by how bubbly she is, and I don't care. I love her so much. I think she's great. I think this look is wonderful. I just love how just confident she is in everything that she wears, and the flowers, it's just a lot, but everything works together really well, and it's really hard to do a lot and for it to make it like look all cohesive. And I think Mariana did a really good job at that. This is definitely one of my favorites. I really, really like this. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was another one that really leaned into her signature type of style. And really, honestly, I think most of these queens did that really well. Quite a few that we haven't even talked about yet. But yeah, you absolutely get what kind of queen she is. It's colorful. It's pretty. It's like poppy. And she just took it and dialed it up to 11. And there's some pretty strong focal points too, like especially this headpiece and that wig, and her makeup is so good. That makeup, she knows how to make it pop. Honestly, I think this might be some of the most fabric we've seen on a queen in an entrance look ever, but it still doesn't feel like she's being swallowed up by it. So I really like it. I think this was my second favorite entrance look.
Yeah.
I love this. I mean, everything y'all already said, double that, honestly. Like, The hair is perfect. The headpiece, perfect. The makeup. Oh, the makeup is so good. Ah. I have one critique. I wish the dress hit the floor.
Oh. See, I wish she wasn't wearing an open-toe shoe.
I wish she wasn't wearing an open-toe shoe, and I wish the dress hit the floor so we didn't even see, even if she was wearing an open-toe shoe.
Either one or the other for me, but still.
Exactly.
See, and I never focus on the bottom part, so these are never
I always look at the shoe. I'm a shoe girl. I'll always look at the shoes.
David's like, ooh, it's pretty. And I'm like, I'm looking at the technical shit. I mean, I am kind of going to school for fashion, so.
As a former fashion merchandising major, period.
Yeah, as someone that's studying design and takes classes in what looks good and what doesn't. Sometimes...
Someone who wears clothes.
As someone that goes to Marshall.
Not to Marshall!
Marshalls.
How dare
I was going to say Target, but I don't know your life. So, hey.
I go to both of those places. I love a Marshall's. That's where I get all of my syrups for my coffees. Thank you. Scores.
Do I even have to say it? It's full.
Well.
It's full. Period.
Yeah, it's a full for me as well.
It is a 90 for me.
It's a 93 for me. ¿Qué le pasa? ¿Qué le pasa?
Me pasa mal. In a good way, though. In a good way. Because...
Like, really?
No, yes, because I'm like... In the sense of like, I'm fainting, I'm throwing up, I'm screaming, I'm throwing myself on the floor.
Soy
and
contigo.
Like,
Soy contigo.
You know what I mean? Okay, so I saw this look on the preview on Instagram before we had the episode, and I screamed when I saw it. I'm so obsessed. Like, I don't know how to describe how obsessed I am. I don't know. I'm flustered. Like, this. And then the dog, bitch. This is one of my favorite entrances of all time. Period. Like top 5 for sure of all time. Every franchise. So good. I'm still so depressed that I wasn't able to get her on my team, but she is an honorary member of my team because I am rooting for her, Loki. So.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I really like this look. It really does it for me. Just everything about this works really well together. Like, clashing patterns, we all already know that that's a hard thing to do because it can look tacky, it can look weird, it can look just cheap. But she really worked it and did a really good job, and she really brought what punk is all about. It just feels so like punk and so cool and so interesting, and I just like everything about this. I love the gingham, I love the mohawk, I love the makeup, I like the furry piping that she has on this suit and around her neck. Everything is really well thought out, and it's a lot, but it works really well, and I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this was my favorite of the entrance looks.
Same.
Yeah, so she did the thing where she did her signature, but you know how I said you don't need to bring it too hard, like you can just give me a very good version. She's like, well, I'm gonna push it kind of hard here because this was a very, very strong. And there's so much going on. Like on paper, this should not work because there's so many different patterns going on, but it somehow really works for me. Like, it's so punk, and you absolutely know who she is, and I just feel like she's going to be one of the most unique presence that we've ever had on Drag Race, and I'm so excited for it. This is amazing.
Might I say that this is Vivienne Westwood inspired? The fact that she's back on our TV tomorrow makes me so happy, by the way.
I forgot about that.
Traders Canada starts tomorrow, period. I don't know if we're
God.
covering it. This is great. This is a really, really, really great entrance look. I agree. I think she is going to be one of the most unique people we've ever seen on Drag Race. And I mean, I've been saying that since the damn promo came out. Like, it's so good. There are no
year
words.
and a
It's so good.
half? She's been doing drag a year and a half, or did I
A
misunderstand?
year and a half.
But hey, she did say that she was doing like other, like very drag related things for a while, but that she considered drag for herself a year and a half. That's what I understood from what she said. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah.
But like doing drag full time for a year and a half, and you being this polished and this good, is insane.
And this like sure of who you are and like a very specific perspective. Yeah. I think she's probably the most excited I am to like discover more and more about like who she is and what is going on inside of her brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scores.
It's Mugler.
Yeah, it's a full for me as well.
It's a 93 for me.
97. Next up, La Nina Delantro.
Okay, first of all, I have to start with the reference. I love the reference. I love it. It speaks to me. I loved the Monster High dolls, and I was never able to get one because my mom thought they were too weird, and she wouldn't like. I could only have like the normal dolls, whatever. So it was very touching for me. Like it brought that up for me. But I want to like this more than I actually do, is the thing. I like the idea. I like the concept. I'm not crazy about the execution. It's not bad by any means, but I like the idea more than I like the actual look. And I like her as a person and as a drag queen more than I like this look as well.
Yeah. Just for me, from the neck up, it's really interesting and really fun. This makeup is really interesting. This hair I really like. I think from the neck down, it just kind of gets lost for me. Like if you took off the makeup, I would not be living that much for this look. It's just not my style. I see what she's going for, and I appreciate what she's going for. But it's just like the leg warmers. I've never been a fan of leg warmers. This kind of like, I'm just not a huge fan of this kind of style that she's going for here. I appreciate it and I understand it and I know what she's going for. It's just not for me.
So I didn't catch that it was a Monster High reference.
I mean, I don't know if she said it, but it was it's what I
okay, that's fair.
That's what I got as well.
And I don't know
Yeah,
Monster High.
she said
I'm
it
too
as
old.
well.
Oh, okay.
Think Sugar and Spice.
Okay.
But with color, like different colored skin, like they had purple, blue, pink,
Okay.
like
Monster High dolls are specifically what Sugar and Spice based their
I
drag
thought they
on.
were
There
Brat
is the-
dolls. They're Brat dolls.
Are they Bratz
they
dolls?
were Bratz.
They're Bratz.
It was Bratz because
Oh,
the
well,
Bratz
just kidding.
had like regular skin colors, and the Monster High had like colors. You know, like
Then their drag is like I
Not
don't give a
skin.
fuck about either of them, so I don't know why I'm talking about them this much.
just, yeah, and it's just for the reference. That's it.
It's like
all
a
dolls,
mix
but it's
between
different
Bratz
dolls.
and Monster High. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That.
So my impression when I saw her come in was I got kind of like a similar thing as Willow Pill. And like Willow Pill is a queen that I love. I would not have given her a high score for her entrance look, but I think she was trying to set the expectations low. I don't know that she's trying to set the expectations low. My impression, which is probably wrong now, I thought she was leaning into like girl at the club, like doing that kind of look. and really leaning into that brand and showing it, even if it isn't the most polished, but more so like here's a stereotype of what somebody might be like at the club.
That's also what I got. I
Mhm.
got equal parts like doll and also like messy girl at the club.
Yeah. So
Could
as a
be
look,
either, could be both, and could
yeah,
be neither.
it could be. It could be. As a look itself, it's a little too chaotic for me and not in the right ways. Even the makeup, I like the makeup, but I think with this wig, it just feels kind of muddied a bit. It feels like, oh, don't get your hair on it, you might get it all like damp and get makeup all over it. But this was my least favorite entrance look, and I think there's a lot of room to go up from here.
I find it interesting that Eduardo was like, face up, I love, face like neck down, I don't love, because I am the exact opposite. The actual look, I really, really like. I think it's well put together. It's chaotic, but in a polished way. Even though the top was falling off. And I did strategically crop out the female presenting nipple YouTube. The face and the hair and the jewelry, I'm not the biggest fan of. The hair, I get it for the style. I just think it's messy. And the makeup was not blended well. I'm not sure how much experience she has with painting, I'm going to say abnormal skin colors. But there was no dimension to the face. It just looked messy and a little muddy for me. So that the face and the hair kind of just takes away from the fact that otherwise it's a cute look for me. So scores.
Gave it a 69.
I gave it a 66.
I gave it a 64.
I also gave it a 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Vampirashian. And I know how to say her name now because they said it like 14 times in this episode. Vampirashian. Because she's part vampire and part Cardassian.
Yeah, there's one of those parts that I'm not really the biggest fan of, but I do like the vampire part. I think that's fun.
I like her.
I like that. I like that. And I love this take on a vampire, like this specific era that she lives in, like her drag character lives in. I love the mix of that era with the vampire culture, whatever all that. And I'm just, Eduardo, I'm the opposite of you. I'm obsessed with velvet. So like, and here's the thing, velvet can look bad very easily, or like it doesn't go with what everything else that you're wearing. It is not easy to wear for me and make it look good. But when it looks good, it looks so good for me. And it looks expensive when it's done right. And especially this specific shade of green gives this rich royal feeling to me, especially with the velvet. And then the is it a boa or whatever, like because it's not feathers. What is it that she has like around her neck? Anyway, the fluff. And then the feathers in the hair with the turban. I love it. And then she was carrying what was it? There's a name to that, like specific
chalice of blood.
Like, yeah, that. And then with the blood in the face, like just because one thing is a good look, but she also had like a good presentation, which we don't always see in entrance looks. I think it's maybe like half and half, that we see it. But some are cringy, some are we don't understand, some are weird. This is good. When it's a good look and a good presentation, it just takes it there for me. And this was my favorite look from her from this episode. I really love this one.
Yeah, Vampirashian really did it for me. It does give me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies because of the velvet, but if I pretend that it's not velvet, if I just like pretend that it's silk, I would not have that problem. And so thinking of it that way, I really like it. I really, really like it. I love how very boop it feels. I love this makeup. I really like the thin eyebrows. I like what she's going for in the makeup. I think it's interesting and it's fun, and I haven't seen someone do this kind of makeup. It's interesting and it's fun. She just looks rich. She just looks rich and beautiful, and I really like that. And yeah, the green is a really good choice. The feathers and the fluff that she has all over, like in the outfit, works really well. It's still sexy, even though she's mostly covered up. I think it's really well done, and I think the way that she presented it was just really smart. And so I'm really excited to see what Vampirashian brings to the table throughout this entire competition, just based on this look alone.
Yeah, I'm very excited for her. I can't believe I got her in the draft. I got so lucky. I think this is another one, very signature right of the way. And the first thing I wrote down is this fabric is everything in all caps because I'm obsessed with this fabric. And I think just the way it's like kind of scrunched up all the way down is like
The
letting the light.
draping.
Yes, the draping is
Mhm.
letting the light do a lot of work and showing every different shade to it, which I really appreciate. Like, this is just so classy. This is how you do an entrance look. So good.
I mean, look at the material. And the material's gorgeous. This is so good. This was my favorite entrance look of this episode. Every single thing about her perspective and about her drag, I am in love with. The makeup is so good with the blood, with the everything is just so good. The look itself is expensive. And I bet that fabric might not have been as expensive as it looks. It looks very expensive. She did a great job. I really, really enjoyed this. Scores.
Only because the other looks that I gave a full, I liked more. I gave it a 99.
I gave it a 98 for the exact same reason.
I gave it an 89.
98. Chloe Vittu.
I was like, this doesn't seem familiar. Oh.
The censoring on this picture is so funny to me.
And it ain't the first fucking time we're going to be seeing censoring of Chloe throughout
the last time. It's not the last time.
Not the last time. Whatever. I'm angry.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see 23 of them. We'll see 23 censors. Yes, at least.
And ironically, the one thing I don't like about this outfit is the boobs. Because I like everything else. I like boobs, period, but not here.
Love that.
Not. I like the outfit. I love the hair, especially. I love the boots. Everything is good to me. The boobs don't make sense. I don't get it, and it also doesn't look good, in my opinion. So that's it. I like everything but the boobs.
Yeah, like I get it. Boobs are fun. Boobs are beautiful. Boobs are sexy. We all know it, even if you're not like sexually attracted to people with boobs. I think you can still appreciate like the way that breasts can look. I think this is taking it a bit too far for me, to the point where it's like a bit too much. I have the same issue here that I have with Jimbo, where it feels like it's kind of blurring that line where it's just like, I don't know how to feel about this. This feels like a bit much for me. It's just like, it feels like she's just trying to show off how big of a breastplate she has. And like, I would much rather you show me who you are rather than you showing me how big of a breastplate you have. Because I do like this outfit. I think this outfit is cute. I just don't like the breasts. I think it's like it takes too much away from it. I think you are like you're making the focus of this outfit your breastplate, and I don't think that's like the best choice to do. I don't think your drag should just be, look, I have a breastplate. Yeah, I know there's so much more to Chloe that like I just wish she would have done something else, because I do like this outfit. I just don't like this choice that she made.
Maybe like regular boobs out with pasties.
Yeah.
Like even I
Maybe.
would have preferred even that. But hey.
Yeah, I mostly agree with both of you on this. I really do like the outfit. I think it's a very strong look, especially the wig. But knowing that like boobs are part of her brand, according to her bio, even though we don't see it a lot in her Instagram, I'm okay with her leaning into that signature. So I don't mind that she has this specific breastplate. My issue, however, is she didn't do anything with it. She just has it sitting on her. Like if she had done something to like maybe show off most of it, but still have parts of it covered up, and have like your look be incorporated, but she didn't, and it just felt lazy. It just seeing like everything out there, nipples out there, and then she was bouncing up and down a lot, and you could see the bottom of it like coming up. So that did detract a bit from the look for me. But I'm probably one of the few people that does not have an issue with the oversized boobs like this, as a big Jimbo fan myself. But yeah, it was just the laziness behind it that kind of bothered me.
A strap over the nipples, like a red leather strap.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I want to know more about her and her perspective and her like reasoning for huge tits before I say anything specific about the huge tits in relation to her. In relation to this look, I agree with River. It's the only thing I don't like. I love this hair. I love this cute little bang. The makeup is impeccable. The garment is adorable. And the tits are sexual. That's all. Scores.
83.
78.
76.
If you turn an 8 on the side, it kind of looks like boobs, so I'm going to give her an 80.
Fair.
Miss Khristo.
The fact that I knew immediately before they zoomed in that this was her tells me that she's doing something right. Because before, like when they turned around, I said, that's Miss Khristo. Immediately. Didn't even have to see, like immediately I knew it. So that I think is great. And I do love this concept. There is one thing though for me. I am a maximalist. Not that this is minimalist by any means, because it's not. But I just always, when I'm thinking of how I'm going to talk about a look, I'm thinking like, what would I have done differently, or what would I have changed, or whatever, right? And for me here, I wanted more, because I saw that on oh, now that I'm talking, I'm thinking it's where Jesus had the blood when he died. That's why it's only there. Because I was gonna say I wanted more blood, but now that I'm speaking, I'm like, oh no, that okay, that makes sense. But I still okay. Even if it wouldn't make sense for her to have more blood on her body, but I wanted blood inside of the little containers. Or if it was supposed to be something else, like I just wanted something inside of the containers that she had that made it a little bit more interesting. That's just like, because I like to think about weird shit like that. I just like those details. So yeah, I don't know. I love the concept. It's just something tells me that I wanted more, but I don't know exactly what. But I just wanted this concept to be taken even further is the thing. I don't know how.
Yeah, I kind of see where you're going, River. I do agree with you. I think I wanted more chains and more like of these little tubes, because I think this is really good and really smart. I just wanted more. I just wanted it to be bigger, more. But I still really like it. I'm still a huge fan of it. It really tells you who she is. I like that this crown. It does look like a crown of thorns. It's really interesting. It's really fun. I like this take that Miss Khristo has on this. I just like her mind, and I like the way she thinks. And I'm just really surprised because when the cast came out, I thought I was just not gonna be a fan of her drag, and she keeps just shutting me up every single time, and I am just loving her more and more. And so I'm a big fan. I like this look. It's pretty good. As I said, I just wanted more chains and more of the little vials. I just wanted more.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say as soon as she came out, I immediately thought of one of my favorite Drag Race winners, and I'm gonna let Logan think on who that might be. But I feel like this does give me different facets of her drag style after looking at her Instagram. My issue is it's not one of my favorite areas of her drag. Like, it's a little bit too simple for me. I just know she does have like, she just has like really cool concepts, and I think I wanted something a little more conceptual instead of something that's a little simple on this one. I mean, she still has a concept, but there's not much she can do to present with it, like as far as like presenting strong drag, you know. So it left me wanting more, but I still like what I'm seeing. I'm just a little mixed. So any ideas who I'm thinking of?
La Diamond.
No, I can just
No.
tell you. Drag
Yeah.
Quen.
Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
I see it. I am really liking Miss Khristo so far. I love this concept. I was underwhelmed. It's a panty and chains. And I will say, I think they pulled it off in a really nice way. And it shows who they are. But I don't know if I like it for the construct of Drag Race. Does that make sense?
Mhm. I agree.
Like, the
Yes.
look is good. It's sold well, but for Drag Race,
It's kind
I
of what
don't-
I wanted to say, but you're saying it better.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
that's
it's like,
exactly what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I
because
mean.
it's
Mhm.
really good. It's very derivative of exactly who they are as an artist. I don't know that this concept, as presented to us here, translates as well through the lens of Drag Race.
Mhm.
But I do like the look. And that's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at with it. So, scores.
84.
I gave her an 83.
I gave her 71.
75, because I like it, but again, through the lens of Drag Race, I'm missing something from it. If this was a runway presentation, I think I would like it more. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Because she also, if it was a runway, she could have done more with it. Like, she could have had
Absolutely.
more aspects to the presentation and telling a story and all of that.
I agree.
For sure.
Last up, Megui Yeillow. I love saying Yeillow in that.
I think it's J-Lo.
Yeah,
J-Lo.
like
Mhm.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Oh, duh. Duh. Okay. Sure.
Well, first, before we talk about this look, didn't she, when she came in, she said it, she introduced herself with a different name that I think was a joke about her outfit because it had something to do with Pokemon. The name. I don't remember
Pika
exactly what it
Pika.
was. Yeah,
Pika
what?
Pika.
But she, like, instead of saying her name, she said a different name, and then in confessionals, she said her actual name. And I was like,
I
why?
don't know why she said it. I don't
Why?
know why.
I don't
It was
remember
just, it got me confused, and then I had to rewind to look at the look again. It was just like, anyway, the look is good. I like the concept more than I like the look, I think. Like honestly, the parts that I like the hair, I like the little tail, and the Pokeball as the purse is cute. Other than that, it's fine. You know, like there's not much to it. But I do love that she went with the lightning ears. That's cute. I love that. And then like the 2 Pokeballs to make like a bow on the hair. That's also very cute. But I'm not the biggest fan of Megui's aesthetic or in general. It's just I realized watching the first episode that it's just not for me. But hey.
Yeah, I really like this reference. I think it's fun, it's interesting. But I wanted more. I wanted more from it. I do like that this shows off her legs. I think her legs look great here. I don't like these contacts. There's something about them that I don't like. I think it just makes them look like a little sickly. A little bit. There's something about them. I don't know. They're not like yellow enough for me. Because I don't know. It can maybe it's because this picture makes them a disservice, and it kind of looks a little sickly. Like the eyes look yellow, like the whole eye instead of just like the iris. But other than that, I like it. I like the construction of it. I think it's well done. I think it's a cute outfit. It's cute. It's nice. It's a fun look. It's really fun. I'm not a huge fan of how she presented it. She was a bit awkward when she was presenting it. And maybe that's just her, and I'm just not featuring her personality that much yet. But yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's nice. I like the look, but it's just not my favorite.
Well, I can already tell. I think I'm going to be one of the higher people on Megui throughout this episode because I really like this. And I think like if this was part of my nostalgia, like Batman and Robin was, then I would be absolutely living for it. But I'm not a Pokemon person. But for me, like there's a thin line between like doing this and it being cosplay or being drag. And I think that she balanced that line very well. Like, because you get all of the drag illusion from it, like especially that wig. I'm living for the wig. And one of the things I wrote down that I really liked was the contacts. So that's why I made a face when you said you didn't like the contacts, because I was living for them. But I really enjoyed it. And I, for the most part, like her. The funniest part to me was though, I felt like she came in here just expecting everybody to know who she was from
absolutely
her appearance. And I'm like, I don't remember anything about a Pokemon pit crew. I do not remember what she's referencing, but I like it.
She's on the pit. She was on the pit crew for the first 4 seasons.
Well,
of
I know
España.
that. Well,
okay.
Was it the first 4? I thought it was just
she was
last
on
year.
1, 2, 3, and All Stars.
Okay. But no, like she was referencing something specifically about Pokemon as a pit crew member. That's what she was saying.
Oh, I don't know.
And that I'm like, I don't remember that. And I don't remember you as a pit crew member.
I'm going to try to be as concise about my feelings about Megui. So here we go. Pika Pika. Pika. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Pika.
The way that for me, you're just saying dick, 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 dick.
I forgot about that. I love it. That also explains exactly how I feel about Megui. No, okay, hi. Big Pokemon fan here. Really fucking thrilled to see Megui in this look. I was so thrilled. I love this.
Okay.
I love this entrance look. The ears as the wig is everything to me. The Pokeball bow. We haven't been able to have many direct Pokemon references on Drag Race because it's trademarked so severely in the US that they just can't do it. which is why every time I see it on an international franchise, it just makes my heart so happy. This look for me is the epitome of simple, but very super effective. I'm going to say super effective because that's a Pokemon reference. The jacket is so cool. I love the lightning bolts on the lapel. The tail is so good. The shoes are good. All of it was just so good for me. I don't love the contacts, but I'm not fundamentally against the contacts. But I wouldn't be mad if they were something else. To circle back to the contact discussion. But scores.
And I didn't even notice the contacts. So
I
gave it an 85.
I also gave it an 85.
Shut up. I also gave it an 85.
I gave it a 92.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I liked it more than all of you.
I know,
yes.
our 85s are different for each of us. Like an 85
all of your 85s are wildly different. Different 85s. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that is that for this episode of Look Over Here. We will be back talking about the overall episode in our episode recap and the ball looks over on our Look Over Here episode for the ball. So make sure to check those out as well. Let us know your favorite entrance looks down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Thank you for joining for this lovely first of 3 episodes. Make sure to check the description where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug, David Healy. Thank you very much. And with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, because we got to go do 2 more recordings. Cheers!
Cheers!
Adios!
I know them.
Pika pika.
Pika pika pika. Pika pika pika. Pika. Pika.